Los Angeles Rams could have major playoff ramifications for the New Orleans Saints going forward.
Juan Kincaid has the latest in your morning sports.
Good morning, everyone. Last night's Saints-Rams game felt like a playoff game before kickoff, but not long after the game was underway, it began to feel more like a mismatch between the White Lions. Take you back to L.A. and SoFi Stadium. Saints had never played there before, and 3 plays turned this game on its head. First, Saints down 10-0, but get back in it. Derek Carr to Rashid Shaheed. Touchdown, Saints down 10-7. Saints got the ball back, and we're at midfield with a 4th and about 5. They decide to go for it. Not even close. Rams got the ball back, and Matthew Stafford knows what to do with it. DeMarcus Robinson for the touchdown. Rams go into the locker room with a 10-point lead, 17-7. Third quarter, Saints down 20-7, and Derek Carr, well, he probably wants this one back. Did not see the underneath defender. Picked off by Jordan Fuller, and the Rams are back in business in this game. And they seemingly put the game away on the ensuing possession. Kyron Williams, over 100-yard rushing for him, and a touchdown. Rams with a 27-7 lead at that point. Saints don't stop playing, though, after Jawan Johnson touchdown reception, a block punt. They get the ball back. Derek Carr deep to A.T. Perry. Touchdown. 2-point conversion is good. Saints down 30-22, but they would get no closer after that. They could not stop the Rams from getting a first down, and the Rams, L.A., they hang on to win it 30-22. Saints fall to 7-8. They'll need some help to get back in the playoff picture over the final 2 weeks of the season. Now to the Pelicans, back on the court last night in Cleveland, looking for a bounce-back win against the Cavaliers, but that would have to come without Zion Williamson. He was out with a non-COVID illness, but Brandon Ingram was there, and he was pretty good. Pelicans up 7 on the first quarter. Transition, B.I., the trailer, the 3. Number nylon, Pelicans up 10 at that point. Later in the second, they're up 2 now. Ingram going to drive and dish to Trey Murphy the third. He knocks down the 3. Pelicans build that lead back up to 54-49. In the third quarter, they're up 6. Murphy going to drive, the pump fake, gets to the rim, and gets the bang in the bucket. Pelicans with a 9-point lead at that point. Take it into the fourth quarter. The lead is now 21 points. Jose Alvarado going to find Dyson Daniels spotting up, and if he can start knocking that down consistently, look out, Pelicans. Look out, Pelicans. They're up 24 at that point. Then late fourth, Murphy crossover, the step back 3. Bottom. Led all scores with a game high 28 points. Pelicans get back in the win column 123-104. Again, Murphy 28 points, the big number for the Pels, but they really had 6 guys scoring double figures. C.J. McCollum with 18. But here's Coach Willie Green talking about Murphy's big night.
He should have had 40. No, I'm just playing. No, he was great. I joked with him in the locker room that he missed a few, but it's what Trey brings to this team. He can space the floor. He's confident. He's also starting to put the ball on the floor a little bit more. Shot fake, drive, go finish. And he's finding his teammates as well. So he's a weapon for us for sure.
And the Pelicans back at home on Saturday, beginning a 5-game homestand against the Houston Rockets. That's your sports for now. Hope you have a great day and a great weekend.